Hi, I'm Kieran Latt.
Hi, and I'm Lewis Hagland.
We're here today at Frying Fisheries in Essex.
We're here to do a 48-hour session on the Valley Lake.
We'll be showing you our top tactics,
our top tips,
and our top tackle.
So Kieran, you up for a competition?
Oh, it's on.
Actually, it wouldn't really be a competition because I'd annihilate you.
Bring it on.
Frying Fisheries consists of 3 lakes.
These are the main lake.
My 3 favourite swims are the lodge swim, the box swim and the point. The stocking is there are over 130s, 940s and 150 at the time of filming. The Valley Lake.
My 3 favourite swims are the monk, the 30-yard bar and logs. The stocking in this lake is over 120s and over half a dozen 30s. And the car park lake.
My favourite swims are Reed's Alley and Monk Swim. The stockings is highly stocked of 12 to 14 pound carp, over 40 20s and a few 30s. The car park lake is ideal for the starting up angler. Kieran, if you see my spod mix, this is going to absolutely, I don't know what it's going to do, but it's going to annihilate you.
Bring it on, he ain't got a chance. I'm walking out the lines to be extra accurate, just to beat Lewis.
Right, so I'm going to cast my lead across to the far bank. I'm going to go around, clip my rig on and spoon it just by the pads, as you'll see in a second. The spoon is a great tactic on frying fisheries, as you'll see in a minute. This is round the back of the outbounds. I'm just going to spoon my bait just down to the pads just down here. I'm just clipping my rig on now. The spot mix I made earlier, a couple of handfuls over the top. If anything's going to beat Kieran, spooning is the way forward.
My top tip is my solid bag mix. The main ingredient to this mix is 3 different types of sticky baits pellet. These include creel pellet, bloodworm pellet and vortex pellet. They're all different sizes to get the fish scrubbing around. I then add crushed hemp. This gives it a cloud in the water when the bag goes down. I also add sticky baits, vortex, bag and stick mix. This again adds a cloud. And for oils, I add in sticky baits, cloudy bloodworm liquid. This is a really good cloud and gives it a nice oily consistency. This is the final result, a nice oily solid bag mix. This is my top tip for frying in fisheries, my solid bag mix. It's caught me countless fish in the past. If I now make up a solid bag, Lewis is going to be eating his words. The bait went out there nicely. 10 or so more spods, job done.
Right, as I was talking about my spod mix earlier, I'll really try and create a cloud. So as you can see, when I throw this in the water, look at the cloud it creates. This is the spod mix I mainly use on frying fisheries, and it's one of my massive tips on here, which I've caught pretty much all my fish on, so this is how I produce it. My first main ingredient is hemp, which is the main ingredient. my second choice, which gives a sort of cloud in the water, sort of like clouds the water up, and it's hard for the fish to see your rigs, and it makes a big stir and gets all the fish interested, which is sweet nut cloud. It's got Brazil nuts in it, little nutty bits, which really does bring the mix together, and it makes it not as wet, so which is good. And my another main thing is I put some life system things into a crusher, which I zap in the crusher, which turns into tea, which go in there nicely. That's one of my main ingredients. Get them in there. And another main ingredient is the DTM blend. Basically, this is the bait that I've used on here. It's sort of a nutty mix, and obviously they're really small and fished over a small sort of thing. So yeah, these are really good to put in the mix. And normally I fish one of these on the hair or whatever. So once the mix is assembled, as you can see, it's sort of a darky sort of colour. So I like to fish bright hook baits over the top. So these Northern Specials, these are bright little pink things that I fish on a KD rig. Obviously fished over that, that's the first thing the fish are going to pick up. So that's a main one for me. And another bright hook bait is a little yellow. These have a pineapple smell, which is unbelievable smell and so attractive to the fish. Another main ingredient for my Spod mix, going on to liquids, is krill amino compound. It's a really sort of liquid food. It's got so many natural things in there. It's got green lit mussel. It's got many different additives in, which it really is a massive edge for me on frying in. So once that goes in there, give that a whisk about. And that's my Spod mix formed.
And I'm into a nice frying in carp. It's fighting very hard. It's coming in nicely now. $17.14. 14.
Nice, well done. Get some shots.
Lovely looking fish. Now it's time to get her back. It's close enough. Did you get that?
It's starting to get quite slow now, so changing tactics might bring a fish, you never know. What I'm doing now is coming around to the far margin, so I can flick the spot out 10 yards, which makes it a lot easier for myself, so I'm more accurate and I can get my baited spot really tight to put my rig on later. This is less disturbance and more accurate, which hopefully means more fish, and I'll win against Kieran. So Kieran, what are your 3 secret weapons to beat me in this competition then?
Well, my first secret weapon is pink pop-ups. The amount of sticky situations that these have got me out of is unbelievable. Put them on and I can guarantee I'm going to get a bite. What's your first essential item, Lewis?
My first essential item would be plastic baits. As frying in has a few crayfish in, not too many though. You want to ensure you have a hook bait out there at all times. Plastic baits is the one for me. So Kieran, what's your second essential item?
My second essential item is the Spod. The Spod can deliver particles and pellets out to my spot with ease. I like fishing over a bed of bait, so this is essential for me when fishing frying in.
My second essential item would be the crusher. The amount of different things you can do to it. You can crumb up boilies, you can crumb up pellets for different breakdown times. It's limited to your imagination. It's an amazing tool and couldn't go fishing without it. Kieran, what's your third and final item?
My third and final item is PVA mesh. This can hold pellets, my stick mix, and majority of the time I never cast out without a bag on, so this is essential for getting my rigs out there as quick as possible. So Lewis, what's your final item?
My final item would have to be the Sweet Nut Cloud CC More ground bait. It makes a massive cloud in the water and I'm sure it gets me more bites. I couldn't leave home without it.
When fishing over a baited patch, you want your rigs to be as light as possible so they fly up into the fish's mouth and get them hooked straight away. On the bottom, this rig should sit just sinking just under the weight of the hook. That makes it very light, and as soon as the fish picks that up, that will fly into the fish's mouth and nail it in the bottom lip. Job done. Pray to the God gods. Please, Mr. Carp God, be kind to me.
Hang on, after one. 1, 2, 3.
Please, Carp God.
Right, please, Carp God.
Be good to me tonight.
Yeah. Amen.
It's got a bit slow tonight now. Things have slowed up a little. Only a couple of fish. I'm hoping things are gonna get better soon and land a few nice fish.
Just reeled this rod in, I had it just off them reeds. I'm just going to put it out on the bar because the fish patrol along the back of the bar around 10 o'clock, so I'll put the rod out there so I can try and intercept it. It's day 2 now. The weather's changed a lot. It's clouded over now. The rain's kicked in as well. It's not looking good really, but we're going to change our tactics and still try and catch some fish in a change of conditions. Here, I often get asked by other anglers, tight or slack lines. I believe that a tight line going through the water can spook fish away from your spot, so I personally go for a slack line, which means the line is on the bottom and out the way of the fish. I also use subline, which is a sinking monofilament, so that works with the slack line to stay on the bottom away from the fish. First frying in fish, what a relief. This rod was a little cheeky rod just down the margin that I flicked down, what you saw me flick down here earlier. Nothing was happening in the main swim, so I thought I'd put the rod down here on a little cell hook bait and it's gone. Very hard fighting frying in carp. He actually thinks he's got a chance. Found the spot now, my son. Been fighting this fish for about 10 minutes now. My arm is aching. He's nearly in though. This is what carp fishing's all about. Delighted with this one. Massive relief trying to catch one for the cameras. Come on. Hook was right in the scissors, as you can see. Caught on a nice little muzzle rig, little KD. Drilled out the insert for cell boilie. Just put a bit of cork in there to take the weight off the bait, as Kieran showed you earlier in this DVD. Nice light lead. This fish is bleeding slightly from where my hook hold was, as you can see. Never a problem, he's got a tiny little cut in there, so we just wipe the blood away. So just dab a bit of this clinic on it, which is sort of a bloody sort of colour, but don't worry, it's really good stuff. Just rub it in and just check the fish over if he's got any other cuts or anything. Flip him over. No, beautiful clean frying fish. He's done all his fighting out there, so he's going to be more knackered on the bank, you see. Alright. Beautiful frying carp. We haven't weighed it yet. I reckon about just over £20 probably. Lovely frying carp. Got no marks on it. Immaculate.
Just about £20. £20 on a dot. I'll give that to Yellow.
Now for the release. Just hold him in the edge for a bit, just so I can get his breath back. He should, when he's got his breath back, just slowly. There we go. I'm just relaxing outside the main lake. Here are mine and Kieran's favourite rigs.
The first one is my pink pop-up rig. At the bait end, I have a pink bukuberry pop-up and a small piece of sinking fake corn. Also have a shot on the hair because I fish this KD style, so it's not pop-up, it just sits on the bottom. I fish this to a size 8 curve using Calder Supernatural, nice and soft and supple, and a small stot just to keep it pinned on the bottom. This is all tied to a size 8 swivel. My last rig is again fish KD style, but with a piece of yellow Nash Mutant dumbbell. This is also fished to a size 8 curve, but this time I've chosen a small sinker to keep the rig pinned down and a link loop to attach it to my quick links. That makes it easy to use in contrast with sticks. My last rig is the one that I've caught many fish on this session at frying in. It's a piece of fake cone with a maggot as the boilie stop. I pull this in so it pokes out and looks like a real maggot. This is fished to a size 10 curve, again fish KD style, and a small stop to keep it all pinned down, again supernatural, and a size 8 swivel. These are my 3 favourite rigs for fishing at frying in fisheries.
It's hotting up on the second day. Just had my first fish. Seen a few fish topping out here. It's looking good. Don't call me the comeback kid for nothing. This really is one of my secret weapons. This section's called At the Sharp End. Basically, this is a magnifying glass to check my hook points, and this is a file. So what I do is, even when the hooks come out of the packet, even if they're brand new, I really don't think they're sharp enough. So I brush 5 times down the hook, like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 on the inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I check the point using this magnifying glass, which zooms right in on the point, as like this. That is razor sharp and ready to go out, and this really is one of my biggest secrets, and I feel this I have the edge over other anglers.
Into another frying carp. Fighting very hard. Just fished over the top with a solid bag.
Yeah, it is.
I'm unhooking the fish now. He was nailed right in the bottom lip. Piece of fake cone and a rubber maggot. Keep your hands on the fish at all times to ensure it's stable. We're on a nice big mat and a nice big sling. everything ready. And if we get the net out of the way, it's a lovely looking fish, this one. This is a fish we know, it's called lumpy, as it has a big lump on its side. And ensure the fish is moist at all times. So we'll give her away, see how big she goes.
So 28.
28 with the sling. Take away 310 for the sling. 24.6. 24.6. Here's the release of the fish.
The question I most get asked by other anglers would be how to get around the crayfish. In frying in fisheries, the crays really aren't that bad. People over exaggerate and say that the crays are too bad and you can't fish it if they're really not bad, but sometimes they can be a problem at certain times in the year. But there are many ways to get around this. The first way would be using plastics. Plastics are obviously made of plastic and it's hard for the crayfish to get plastics off. They're all different colours. My personal opinion is pink is one of the best colours on the Valley Lakes. So to ensure you have a hook bait out all night, plastics is one way. Another way would be shrink wrap. So you just use a normal old boilie, a cell, activate, any bait you use, and you use this shrink wrap and you just put it around the boilie and you put it in a kettle, you put it on the kettle steam and it shrinks wrap around the boilie, ensuring that the crayfish can't get your boilie off. And that's how to get around the crays.
Just baiting up my spot, that's where I've had 2 fish from, so I'm just topping it back up again. Hopefully we'll have a few more tonight. I'm into another frying in carp. It was on the baited spot again. Bit of fake sweet corn and a rubber maggot. Another one in the net. Let's get him out nice and safely. That's another good one. See how much it goes on the scales. It's a nice long one. Let's give her away and see how much she goes. 25.10 with the sling. £22 like I guessed.
Good morning. I had 1 fish earlier, so hopefully a few more will come. So let's see what the night brings. What do you want?
Oh, I was just wondering if you're awake or not.
Of course I am, if you keep flipping ringing the walkie-talkie.
That was the plan all along.
Oh, you're a mug, I was asleep. You wait till the morning, you're getting beats.
Was you dreaming of actually catching a fish?
Shut up, they call me the comeback kid, my rod's gonna go any minute.
I believe it's 3-1 already.
I'm scared of listening to your voice, bye. Right, so we're finished our 48-hour session on the Valley Lakes.
It was an interesting match, but I just managed to beat you, didn't I?
Yep, hopefully next time I'll beat you.
Done. We hope you found it informative.
We hope you found it entertaining.
And we hope to see you here at Frying In very soon.
Oh, right, and the website is
www.XLCarp.com.
The way I like coming to fry earning is it's safe, it's secure, you've got lovely people, you've got no aggravation, you've got nice people who own the lake, you've got easy parking, you can leave your car open, there ain't a problem. Nothing ever gets touched here, it's God's country.